been a long couple of weeks. Well, first things first, right? We did say that at the end of the last vlogcast that we'd try and cover the England match as far as pre-match and all that lot. That went out of the window after we got back from Birmingham, and you were a bit bedridden, weren't you?
Yes.
We got back Saturday night and you didn't get out of bed until Thursday?
Yeah, but really, it was Saturday, wasn't it, where I was up and about.
Yeah, so we lost a week pretty much. On the channel I've had to reduce my videos for the past fortnight, and I feel like this is pointing fingers, but it's not. This is my job. But I don't know about you, I'm glad we're back.
Yes, and me. Anyway, well, what can I say? To be honest, I'm sick of saying and starting the vlog every week and saying, well, what can I say?
What a load of rubbish.
The only difference is we scored first.
Now, that was the only thing that got me going. I thought, could we hold on to a lead?
Which we did for a short while.
A short while?
Yeah, you know, we were promising for a good 25 minutes.
And then we became Stoke again.
Yeah. I mean, Liam, Lindsay scored again. Good job we've got him because we haven't got any strikers. They're a load of jackwit, aren't they?
Well, the way I look at it is, he's only got one technically, because Hogan got the one at home. Yeah. So, you know, we're really struggling whichever way you go.
Yeah, but, I mean, saying that, Liam, he has most of the ball, I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, Federici then. I'm sorry I aren't well. Federici. Oh God.
Sorry, Adam.
I've lost my train of thought now, dear.
Federici, what sort of game do you think he had?
I think he did well. To a point.
I mean, he's the backup goalie. So...
Yeah. I mean, he made a couple of saves, not spectacular. You know, and I can't really diss him. I just don't think he's good, and I just don't think he's bad. I just think he's somewhere in between.
Put it like this, if we can get a fit Jack Butland back for the next game, all the better.
Yeah, because Jack was really unfit, wasn't he?
Yeah, I'll admit, it was convenient that he picked up an injury ahead of Birmingham.
Yeah, but, you know, hopefully he is fit and well and he will be playing on Saturday. I mean, he is the best in the Championship, so they say.
Yeah, so they say.
You know, so he's just got to start living up to that again. You know, I'll do the best he can.
I'll admit, I'm getting distracted here because the star of our show appears to be deciding to distract me. We got Dottie in the house again. I think last episode she wasn't here. And she's decided she wants to walk around the kitchen as if she's never been in here before.
And to be honest, she's in sympathy with me because she's been poorly as well, don't forget.
Yeah, I'll give her some sympathy.
Right, so we scored first and then the inevitable happened, didn't it?
Yeah.
Goal number 1. Oh, I thought we can still get back into this, are we playing?
How much space do you think that winger had on their right?
How much space?
You know, I think even I could have picked out a half-decent cross how long he had.
I tell you, you could have wanted a helicopter how much space there was in between them.
I mean, I try not to show disrespect to the players on the pitch if they're trying their best, but even the natural fullback we've got in Stephen Ward didn't do a job there.
No, he didn't. No. But what I was going to say is that goal went in and what happened?
Heads went down. Well, to be honest,
they went.
My head was sort of down before the goal went in because you could just see Birmingham reacted well to the goal and you thought, we haven't got resilience in our team.
No.
You just knew the goal could come.
Well, we made Birmingham look exceptionally good, in my opinion. Because they were bad.
This is the thing. I wouldn't even say we made them look good. I'd just say that they were better than us.
Yeah.
Which is not any form of compliment, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Sorry if there are any blue noses here who are looking for a compliment, but unfortunately I can't give one. I think, you know, if you were honest about your own performance, it was a you didn't.
Mediocre.
Yeah, you sort of did what you needed to do.
Yeah.
Actually, I can pay you the compliment you might be looking for. You did a job on us, which is what you did the last season in the home and away fixtures. You didn't go after the ball, you were sort of happy to sit deep and soak up, and we played into your hands once again.
Yeah.
And after 2 managers now, I'm a little bit annoyed, and I was going to say something else then, that this is happening again.
Well, I don't know what it is about Birmingham. They're our bogey team.
Yeah.
And same as Sunderland was.
I was actually hoping that us going there might actually affect things a little.
I think that's what's doing it, to be honest. I think we put the flaming moppers on them.
Anyone who's watched this will have noticed that the matches we haven't gone to this season, we've won. Or at least got through on penalties.
But that was only the League Cup, as I call it. But we are going to Brentford. So we'll just see what happens there. But we're not going to Swansea, are we?
Oh, I've got no plans right now, but maybe, if the team wins, I might pluck up the... I don't even... Yeah, I was going to say courage might be the right word. I might pluck it up and just see if we can actually, not afford, but actually... Well, yeah, afford to spend several hours on the motorway going to probably the furthest end of the... Well, not even the country, but this kingdom, trying to watch a football match.
Yeah, I mean, if they win at Brentford with us going, we'll go to Swansea. If they don't win at Brentford, there's Bob open me going to Swansea. I've been there and I know what a journey it is.
I mean...
And it's not nice.
I think that's got to be the clear thing here, right? I've got to look after Liv. Are you down there still? Right.
Was you referring to me? Little?
I'll be honest, I'm going to have to try and zoom out and actually do the head and shoulders shot for us. So we'll watch episode 3 of the Vlogcast, I think it was, after the Derby game. Anyway, besides that...
Get a grip, lad.
Yeah, I'm losing track here. But yeah, I've got to look after Mum when we're deciding what games go to. So it's a case of Birmingham seemed to do you in as far as the rain, and it might have impacted on your back a bit. So we could do with making sure that going a long way to Swansea doesn't do the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, it isn't even the coach that does me. It's when it rains, and I did buy a waterproof jacket to put on, but I just don't know where. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I was bad, and that's it. I don't dwell on it. So what's the point?
Yeah.
I'm a woman. I'm bloody brave I am.
Okay, I'm just going to turn things around, right? Because we've been doing this for, about 10 minutes now? And we haven't brought one of the elephants in the room that was in the coach the entire way back.
Nathan Jones.
Well, that and team selections.
Yeah.
Because I think if Nathan Jones was going to get the sack, he would have been sacked by now. And I know Stoke have done weirder things in the past, but I think sacking a guy less than a week before a game begins, I think that'd be even ballsy for Stoke. So what I'm thinking to myself is, what do we think he's going to do for the Bristol City game?
Right. Can I just add something before we go on to that?
By all means, you can go to the Birmingham game again.
No, I aren't. If he's going to get sacked, it'll be if we lose against Crawley.
You're thinking that it'll be like Shrewsbury in the FA Cup?
Yeah. That's my thought on it anyway.
It's an interesting take, because when you think Crawley are in League 2, so in theory we should be beating them. Crawley fans will probably be up in arms over that. They beat Norwich in the Cup. But the way I look at it is, on paper, a Championship team, even at the bottom, should be beating a League 2 team who are only just above Port Vale.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the way I'm looking at it. No disrespect to Crawley.
I mean, all in all, there's no excuses to be made. Nathan Jones is to blame for all this. And it can't be taken out of, off his shoulders. It just can't. He has got to get a structured team there. I say this week in and week out. People will be saying, oh, here she goes again. But he can't make excuses. And I don't say he's trying to. He just shrugs and, just literally tries to avoid the question with a different answer. I thought
it was a wrong move after the Birmingham game to say that team, mixing up the team isn't at fault. I mean, the way I see it is, if you've lost 5 out of 6 league games and drawn the other one, I think you should say that anything is possible as to what's at fault. So I think trying to shy away from a certain avenue of blame was wrong. But
I don't think I've ever known a team in the whole of the league, including Scotland, to change like we have.
I must admit, this is the most change-heavy I've seen of any team I've followed, Premier League, Championship, League One, whatever. There has probably been someone who's done more, but I can't think of it off the top of my head.
I mean, even when we got Alan Ball as a manager, even he didn't change like this. I mean, this is just denial, this is, that he doesn't know what to do.
I mean, on the coach ride back, there were tons of exaggerations about how many changes were actually being made. Some people were saying 26 squad members have been used, and some were saying 30, and I think the number's around 19. It's at least as far as what we've actually got. So the way I look at it is, that isn't as bad as it sounds, or it seems.
I mean, everybody is counting last season. No, I refuse to do it. Last season is over, done with, finito. We finished in 16th, end of. This is a new season. And I know one of our listeners, Bubster, doesn't agree with the fact that, I won't count last season as losses and everything. This is our season and we've got 40 games to go.
Yeah, I mean, the way I see it is, a lot of people after even the QPR game were saying, we've got to get out of this straight away, there's not a lot of games left. And you're thinking, that is really bad. 6 games, I still stand by that, there's a lot of games to go. Yes, we might miss out on promotion, but the way I see it is, it shouldn't have been the aim.
No.
And I think this is what everyone is sort of fixated on because the club aimed for it. You've got the manager, the chairman, probably Tony Scholes chipped in for his 10-penneth worth as well, saying promotion is the aim, when it shouldn't have been.
We aren't good enough for the Premiership.
The way I see it is, the aim should have been stabilisation after a very poor first season in the Championship. And then this season's aim should have been to aim for the playoffs, but anything under that is reasonable, Basically, we just had to avoid what's currently happening, which is looking like we're in a relegation fight.
I mean, last season, I did think that we could get promoted. I thought our team was good. Individually, the players, but we just didn't play as a team.
No.
They played as 11 individuals, as if we didn't know each other from Adam. This season, they seem to be getting along more. They go and they have the hook beforehand and tell each other what to go on the pitch and then forget what they've just been told. Sorry for ranting, so we'll just carry on now, and Josh has got something he wants to go through.
Well, I think what we're all after is a set of lineup, and we've been talking about it just before we started recording, and we did have an idea about what would actually be a good starting lineup. Now, the interesting thing is we both came up with 2 different formations, so I'm just going to run through yours first. Okay, so you've gone for a flat 4-4-2. You've gone for Jack and goal, Edwards, Bart, Lindsay and Klukas as your back 4.
Yeah.
You've gone for a midfield 4 of Ince, Etebo, still not sure on the pronunciation correctly there, Woods and McLean, and then up front Hogan and Campbell.
Yep.
Now, just for compare and contrast, my lineup, again we both agreed Butland should be in goal. I'm actually getting tempted to try something radical with the back 4, which is something people were discussing before the season, where we go Smith at right back, Collins centre half with Lindsay, and then Edwards at left back. And that's simply because whenever people are talking about our squad depth, it always seems to be we've got 2 good right backs but no good left backs. So maybe it would be worth getting the young right back training as a left back. So it could work, it could be a disaster, but right now I don't think it could be anything worse.
I think Tom would do anything to try getting the team.
Yeah, I would agree there. Then I've gone for the diamond, just because I think Nathan Jones has got to live and die by it. I've said this repeatedly since the start of the season. So I want him to go back to the diamond just for that reason. If he fails with it, he fails with it, but he's got to try and stick to it. So with the diamond, I've gone for Cousins. Then the next two in front are Clucas and Tabo. And then in front, Ince. Then the front two are gone for Campbell and Gregory. So I know that might not be popular with some. I don't think yours will be with some either, just for the fact that I think some people, for instance, don't like the idea of Clucas in the team, so I don't think that will go down well.
See, I don't mind Lucas. It's Gregory. To me, he just hasn't played. No, I know you like him.
He reminds me of John Walters.
Yeah, to a certain degree he does.
And I think we need a bit of that.
Well, we do, but he's got to learn a lot to be something as good as Johnny.
Do you want to say that a bit clearer?
Johnny was good.
Feel like this.
Gregory is average.
I mean, the way I see it, Johnny was obviously a modern club legend. I feel like that is an actual title we can use. Modern club legend rather than entire lifespan club legend like Gordon or Sir Gordon as it should have been. And for me, Johnny is one of them. Now, for me, there's no way that Lee Gregory at this point in time can get to that level. But if he can at least play like Johnny, then we've got that sort of player we do, or at least I feel we need.
Yeah.
I feel like we need someone who's got a good work ethic.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't got anything against the guy, Josh. But if he's playing up front again, I am going to cry. If he's on his own and playing up front, I'm going to cry.
For me, that's the thing. If he's on his own, he shouldn't be up front. I think it should be someone like Campbell, even though he's not very good with his hold-up. Hogan I wouldn't really want up front, so maybe Vokes would be the one I'd choose if we go one up front. But, yeah, I think...
He's got to have somebody with him.
Yeah, if you go and play like a 4-3-3 like we did against Birmingham, for me, it's got to be Vokes up front. Because he can take the long balls, then he can hold it up for support, but he's not going to run around like Gregory will.
No. I do agree, he does run around. I mean, Vokes, he just waits for the ball. He isn't a runner. But Gregory, he does run around the pitch and does what he can.
Yeah, which is what we need.
Yeah, I say I've got nothing against him, but if he's playing on his own up front on Saturday, my head is going to go in my hands and cry.
I mean, I've got no disagreement with you as far as him starting up front on his own. I think when he's on his own, he's a much weaker player. But I think when he's got support, he's capable of doing something.
Yeah, I agree, but he can't master it on his own.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to have to make a noise, I'm sorry, and turn over. I can't remember what I've written. Sorry. Right, so on to Bristol City, eh?
Well, this should be fun.
Right, they're currently in 5th.
Yeah.
Which, well done to them. I think it's an achievement that.
I've got time for Bristol City, so I'm glad they're there. I mean, I know we're going to go into some awkward things in a moment, but I've got no bones with Bristol as a club, or Bristol City as a club.
Well, their top scorer at the moment is someone named Benny Gafobi. The name rings a bell from somewhere, but...
It's funny how he's managed to do that without actually starting the season there.
Yeah, I mean, would you have done that for us? We'll never know.
I'll come on to that in a bit. I'll try and remember anyway.
Yeah, I mean, again, we let him go. He wasn't doing anything for us. But what did we give him? 1 game, or was it 2?
Let me just count on my little finger. 1.
Yeah. How can you judge somebody on 1 game?
Apparently Nathan Jones can.
It's crazy.
And I'm saying that for the simple reason that, yes, 1 game, start the season, and I know you can say the end of last season as well, but really, we actually started the season with him, and you think, what changed?
Yeah.
Even then, I didn't get it. Why did we loan him out when we started the season with him up front? No offence to Hogan, but why did we bring him in when we got a Phobie?
Yeah.
And again, it's not a criticism of Hogan. sort of appreciated a bit of extra competition, but you know, what was so bad in their eyes about phobia?
I just don't know. You know, it just beggars belief what goes through NJ's eyes. He must see something different than us, you know.
I mean, again, I'll come back properly to a phobia in a bit, but let's carry on.
Yeah, I just hope though that Tom Edwards is fit for this match, more than anything. Back to Bristol, sorry. They played 6 games, they've won 3, drawn 2 and lost 1.
Good stats.
Yeah, so fingers crossed we can surprise them with a win. Sorry.
Enough to bring a chuckle out.
Yeah. Alright, but you know, it's got to come.
Yeah.
The win has got to come. But it'll be interesting to see this flaming team, it will, honestly. Because I'm dreading it. I am absolutely dreading it.
I mean, I think this is something everyone's fearing right now. Who comes out for the Stoke team?
Yeah.
And I don't think anyone's going to get it right. I think we're all going to guess between now and Saturday, but I don't think any of us are going to get it right.
We won't.
Well, have you haven't heard about this event though? There's been someone leaking the team sheet.
Ooh.
On Friday. Well, something like that. On Friday nights, on the Oatcake forum online, someone's actually been leaking the team sheet. So apparently it's an agent of a disgruntled player who's wanting.
Mama. What have you been leaking?
It's funny how he hasn't gone into it.
What?
No one wanted him.
I tell you what, this week on social media, Mama, where's Mama? Where's Mama? I've hid him in a flaming suitcase and he's staying there.
Have people honestly been saying, where's Mom Juve?
Yeah. You know, why aren't he playing Mama Juve? Because he's in my suitcase up my loft. He's staying there.
Just for the fact that no one has actually seen him for a while, I wouldn't go bragging about that. I don't want the cops knocking on the door. You know, it is only a green screen, this, you know. It's not actually like we are in Birmingham and they won't find us.
All right. Do you want to carry on with what you want to do with Bristol City?
Well, the one thing you didn't mention, which I'm surprised you didn't, was there are two ex-Stoke players, if you like, on the books. Did you notice the other one?
No.
Ashley Williams.
Oh, I did, yeah, and then bring him up and I forgot.
And apparently he's in line for a start. He played a bit of a warm-up game for him or something. And yeah, they might be planning on starting him against us.
That's all we need, 2 of them against us.
I mean, I don't think Williams has got a lot against Jones, just for the fact that he did play him, and yes, he didn't offer him a contract, but he could have froze him out, so it could have been worse.
Yeah.
But yeah, it didn't end well here for him, so I can imagine he might have a point to prove.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've got to go on to Bennett because I think it goes to show what Stoke's problem is, and it isn't that we haven't got strikers in who can score goals. We haven't got players who can provide the strikers. I mean, Tom Ince, for instance, I don't mind him myself. You know, I'll be honest, there was someone at Birmingham who was giving him right abuse. Literally, there was no one else who was getting it. It was just Tom Ince, and it was one of these where it was like, he didn't like the fact that he's not very strong on the ball. And I think, well, we didn't sign him to be like that, so what are you moaning about? But I digress. So the idea is you get Tom Ince, he's more of a, I'm going to create something and try and take the chance myself player. Unlike, say, actually I can't, who would you say was actually the last sort of player who laid up chances on a plate for people at Stoke? I mean, I don't think Bojan was. I think he used to run a fair bit.
Yeah.
Maybe Shaqiri? He used to do slide
Yeah,
balls.
he used to do that, and Arnie, of course.
Yeah, I mean, Arnie in the end used to finish a lot more.
Yeah,
So that,
yeah.
again, but like I say, we haven't had anyone for a long time, it feels, that can just slide a ball in to a striker who's making a run. And I think when we were in the Premier League, that's what we struggled with. We didn't have the striker who could make the run. Whereas now, I think we've got strikers who can make those runs, but we haven't got a player who can thread the ball through.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen enough of Powell to know if he's that type of player.
Where's he gone?
Injured. Got injured in the first game and he hasn't been seen since.
Blinking heck, I'm not putting him in a suitcase already.
I mean, I'm hopeful that when Powell's fit, he could do something. I mean, for all we know, he might actually be fit for Bristol City. But you look at it and you go, should we play him if that's the case? Because he could get a tackle and be out for 6 months. Exaggeration, but you know.
I mean, when we did play against QPR, I was quite impressed with him because he's getting on a bit, isn't he, in football years?
I don't think so. He's about 25.
Is that all?
Yeah. Hang on.
Oh, look, he looks older than he is.
I'll have a look. Hang on. But yeah, I don't think he's that old. But the thing is, when Wigan were actually giving him to us essentially because he was a freebie, people were saying, what's he like? And the one bit of feedback that came was, he's a great player, he'll create and score chances for you, but he's as fragile as anything, so wrap him up in bubble wrap.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just looking here and he's 25, yeah, so I got my age
He
right
does
at least.
look quite young there. I'm sorry about that, Mr. Powell.
Yeah, he's 25. Mark Duffy's the one who's on the wrong side of 30, and to be honest, I'm actually concerned with him because he hasn't done a lot since he came here.
No.
So, I know he's, might be bedding in still, but you look at it and you think, come on, Mark, we're in trouble. If you're coming on the pitch, do something.
I mean, I know the crowd were getting excited against QPR with Powell, because I did think he played some good football, and he did manage to get forward.
Yeah, I think he's a player who will push us on a little.
Yeah.
But I stand by that point. I don't know if he's someone who can see a pass and goes, right, I'll play that in.
Yeah.
And that's what we really desperately need. I mean, honestly, if there was someone who isn't great at it but can do it on the free agent market, I'd actually push the boat out and get them. I don't know who that might be, but really, we just need someone who can see a pass and play it.
Saying that, why? We've got money to spend. It's no good saying we haven't. We have. We're not in the red, are we? Or if we are, it's not for much.
We're not in the red, but we've got to balance our books.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of these people, teams, they're really, really in the red. No, sure, I mean, or instead of buying a good player, do they think, well, we're not a good team anyway? Or are they losing faith in their own team?
I think...
Their own business?
If we're talking about Stoke's recruitment, for the record, it's been sketchy the last couple of years. I don't know when to actually pinpoint the start of the sketchiness, but it's been a while.
It's when Tony Scholes become involved.
I wouldn't go that far, but let's just by the by there. But the fact is, last season we spent big money on Afobe, we spent probably more than we should have on McLean and gave him a pretty big contract. Same with Ince, we signed him for a big fee, fairly big contract. We did it across the board in quite a few positions. So I can understand why this season we went for free transfers, hungry players, people who would be happy to come on smaller wages, in theory anyway. But then you lose the quality that maybe those top end players could have given you.
Yeah. I mean, okay, we paid a lot for McLean, but I don't think he's a bad player. And I'll give him this. We were 7 minutes over, weren't we, at Birmingham?
Yeah.
And he played 97 minutes and he didn't give up once.
I think this is where... I mean, McLean is an enigma in the sense that he does work hard, and I think he's the sort of player that, forget the politics and all that lot, I think he could be endeared to the Stoke crowd if he had a bit more end product. I mean, he's got one goal this season, which was at the end of Preston when everyone had pretty much got ready for going for the full-time biscuits or whatever they do. So we need more off him, essentially. I mean, he's playing at left wing back in the sense that they think, we'll put a winger there because he can whip balls in and, he might create some chances for us. But he's not doing that. And then he's doing a job at left back, or left wing back, whatever we're calling it. But he's not doing it as well. I mean, that first goal for Leeds at home, he was at fault there. So...
But all I'm saying is that we paid money for him and he works for it.
I mean, I won't deny that. He's probably one of those who we signed last season who probably earns his wage as far as kilometres run on the pitch. I'll have to check the stats out for stuff like that. But, that I would believe is something he does do.
Yeah.
But he does need more end product. There's just no taking away from it.
Yeah. And when he doesn't win the ball, he is angry with himself. You know, he doesn't just shrug his shoulders and say, oh, I miss that. You know, he does beat himself up about it because he's on our side where we sit and we do see it.
I mean, I feel it's worth just looking back to what started all this discussion, and it's the idea of why can't we spend more money? And the fact is, we have spent a lot last season, and I think this year essentially we've just got to cut our budget, you know, because we've got one more season next season where we get Premier League parachute payments, and after that we're on Championship money.
Yeah.
And if we don't get promotion by the end of that next season, then we're in. Well, we aren't in the red by any stretch, but we've really got to cut our cloth appropriately.
Yeah. But can you see if we got promoted to the Premier League, we couldn't play with the team we've got now?
No. I mean, the way I'm looking at it is, I wouldn't say content, but saying we finished 15th under Nathan Jones this season. And yes, I could understand the pitchforks coming out, people saying what a load of rubbish, blah, blah, blah. But what if he actually got the players playing the way he wanted in that time? And then next season, with the January coming up and the summer to recruit, he actually gets the team he wants. Because I know people will say, oh yeah, but he said he got the team he wanted this summer. But I don't think he did. I think he just said that because you don't knock the players you've got in front of you.
Yeah.
So what happens if next summer's the one that is actually the big one? Because like I say, it's the last summer we've got money, so I can imagine the club will push the boat out.
I think the main thing is staying up in the Championship. That's the main thing.
I mean, we can't afford to drop to League One. If we do that, we might as well say goodbye to the Premier League for a long time.
Yeah. I mean, I'll still have a season ticket, I'll still watch them. But,
yeah.
We just don't want it.
I mean, I amuse myself because I'd probably be the only reason I wouldn't mind dropping to League One for the fact that big teams I've never thought of going visit. So, you know, I'm not saying I want it.
I'll take you all them places. Honest, I will. I'll take you to them. You tell me where you want to go and I'll take you. But you're not going in League One to find them.
I said it's the only reason. I never said I was actually hankering for it.
Right, I'll stop that conversation short.
Anyone would think I was willing as to lose saying that.
On to England, eh?
Yeah,
very quickly.
Yeah, it's worth touching on England just for the fact that we did watch the matches, even though, you know, like I say, we've had a bit of an iffy week. And I didn't think we did too bad against Bulgaria. I mean, it wasn't a thrilling game, but I thought, okay, we've done okay here.
Yeah, I mean, how can it not be a thrilling game when they score 4? But it wasn't. They scored 5 last night, and
conceded 3.
Conceded 3, and
I thought that was the more entertaining.
Yeah. The only thing I was happy about was, hang on, folks, Jadon Sancho. Yeah.
Last night, yeah, he got his 2 goals.
So I was very pleased for him. You know, he was a good lad, and he's not 19 until next March, is he?
I don't think so. I'll have to look him up, but I think he is still young. I'll have a look just while we're recording.
He's 19 in March.
He's definitely a wonder kid, whichever way you class him.
And of course, the Kane, he scored, and the Sterling, he scored. And why am I on about the? Hello, Mr. Tiflossie. Nice to talk to you, and thanks for joining our vlog. It's very good of you.
I will admit, I wish he's asked in the live stream that I did this week on Twitch about what I thought of Birmingham when I went through it, and I'll admit I had my head down as I entered. I only really caught Birmingham just as I was probably going through neck end, as I'd call it. You know, I saw a lot of construction sites and demolition zones.
It reminded me a bit of Stoke.
Yeah, like Anley Town right now.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it reminded me very much of our city. So
I'll put it like this: it felt like home away from home. So that's the only compliment I can give, unfortunately. But I'd like to go again just to try and see the nicer bits of it, because I'm sure there is something nicer than what we saw.
Mr. Flossie, I did see Aston Villa ground.
Again, I must have had my head ducked when we passed that.
I did tell him, but he was miles away.
I was in my own little world.
But going back to England again, I don't know how Ross Barkley is going in that team. That guy is a complete and utter waste of football. He can't kick a ball again away with that fella.
I didn't think you were going to say waste of football then.
Well, I changed my mind what I was going to say. I was being polite.
For the record, Jadon Sancho's 19, you were correct.
Yeah, he's 19 in March, is he?
I think he's 19 now. Let me just
Oh,
double
right.
check. 19 now.
All right.
He'll be 25th of March 2020.
All right. Well, he's still a nice lad.
Yeah.
Prediction.
Well,
Have you looked at mine?
nope. If Benicophobia was playing, I think I'd actually bet the deed to the house that I do not own.
Can't he
on
play
it.
against us?
No. So that's the one good thing about loaning him out, he can't play. So I'm sort of glad that, because I would have bet the house that I don't own on it. But knowing he's unavailable, I'm still concerned about their striker. He scored against us last season, I think, for Mauro Dedio. Did you see him in your
Yes,
research?
I did. Well, I omitted to say his name.
So I'm fearful of him, even though he might not be, up there in the scoring charts yet. I still think, he's got previous against us, so
I only asked for a prediction.
I'm thinking it through. I'm buying myself time. You write these things down, I'm going, write me on research and all this lot. I'm all on the spot here. So, yeah, I think I'm going to go 1-2.
I'm going to fucking slap you, lad. I am, honestly.
Give me a reason to go for anything better for Stoke, other than being a Stoke
You failed
supporter.
to amaze me.
Anything other
You're
than being
my
a Stoke
son.
supporter.
Pick your window.
Left one. For the record, the little context there. When I was growing up, I wasn't into football, but I was indoctrined as a Stoke supporter, even though I didn't support football, or support a football club as it were. And you'd be watching the football on Football Score Centre or whatever, it was on BBC One. And when Stoke lost in League One or whatever it was back then, you'd say, right, pick your window, I'm going to chuck you out of it.
If Stoke don't win, pick your window.
And even though I grew up, I got into football, I started supporting Stoke more actively, I always remember that. And yeah, that's our little joke. So you now know.
Pick your window.
Yeah, and I'm going for the left one because I think I've got more room to jump there. I'm sticking to my prediction 1-2.
Well, I think you're disgusting. I'm going 1-0 to Stoke.
Okay.
Because Stoke is here in my heart.
You're in my eye, doesn't mean that I haven't got a head on top of it.
Right, we'll see who comes out on top then, eh, folks?
By the way, I might have a cap on, but I've still got a head there.
Right, give us your comments, what you think of this. I don't care if they're good or bad. I can't be offended.
Yeah, I'm going to say, put it like this. I'm hopeful that we can get something. I say hopeful in the sense that how much worse can it get? But on the other hand, I've seen nothing since Birmingham, naturally, to make me think that the result can be anything different. So what I need, even if we lose, I just need to see something that makes me go, you know what, we might actually win the next game. And up to now I've got none of that, so I need something.
Right, and if you do like us, please subscribe.
Yeah,
It'll make me feel better sitting here for nearly an hour, you know.
well, put it like this, right down here, there we go. I've got the subscribe button and it's now down there, just running around on the bottom of the overlays. But yeah, it's just basically a reminder that it should be down here on the video. So yeah, hit that subscribe button. I haven't looked at the percentages in a while, but it has gone up since I last mentioned it. It was something like 9% when I last mentioned it. It's now gone up to about 15% subscribed. So we're doing better. More people who watch are subscribing. So if you are one of those who doesn't, please do.
And make your mother feel better.
Yeah, I'm going to say, put it like this, I shout to you every night saying, oh, I'm still on this, I've gone up to this, I've gone down to this, so yeah, it does make us feel better when we get one.
Okay. And if you see me at the match, say hiya.
I'm going to say. I'll put it like this,
I'll say hiya back.
if you can't recognise us by walking around, I would like to think we're quite easy to spot in the crowd, little and large.
Yeah. I'm the one with the walking stick, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Okay. So let us know what you think, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Okay, see you. Bye, folks.
Bye.